This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jeff Mayweather for the first time. Jeff, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Good to hear. Now, obviously, it's fight week out here. We're at the Manny Pacquiao, Yordenis Ugas undercard press conference today. But just start off with that headline fight. What did you make of it, Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas?
I think that is a great fight. I mean, Ugas is a very, very good opponent. Great replacement. But at the same time, I mean, he's only had 2 weeks to train, to prepare for this fight. But, I mean, I think that's the fight that Pacquiao should win. I think that Pacquiao should win, I won't say easily, but I think that he's going to win, and it's going to be clear for everyone to see.
People have been mentioning Manny's age and his lack of activity over the last couple of years. How big of a factor do you think that will be come fight night?
Well, I mean, he's been active. He's been active enough for an old fighter. He's been active enough for an older fighter that, because, once a fighter gets older, he doesn't fight all the time. So, he's prepared for this fight, and I think that, it's time for him to basically, take 1 or 2 more fights and call it a night.
That's something I was going to. Sorry, Jeff. I was just going to say that's something I was going to come on to. Manny potentially retiring after this fight. Do you think he will, or do you think we will see him return again?
I don't think so. I think that the only fight that Manny really wants is Floyd, and that fight's never going to happen.
That's something I was going to ask. Do you think we will see that? Because we have mentioned. I know you said it won't happen, but why do you think we wouldn't?
No, the thing is this: is that Manny and Canelo both. Y'all lost. Accept it. It's that simple. You can't make anyone fight you. You had a chance when that fight was scheduled. You didn't win. Leave it alone. It's time to walk away from that.
Do you think we will see Floyd return again?
He may return again, but why return and fight a legitimate fighter when you can make $60 million fighting anybody?
So do you think we will see Floyd in another exhibition bout then? Again, say something like Jake Paul instead of Logan?
Probably so. I'm sure. Yeah, it probably happened.
Obviously, just want to get your thoughts as well on that welterweight division. Some exciting potential fights. Crawford Porter, looking at potential purse bids being ordered tomorrow. What would be your take? Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter.
That's a great fight. I think any guy could win that fight. I think that Sean is a beast for everyone. And I think that Sean brings out the best in every fighter that he fights. So I think that if that fight was to happen, I think that that Terence Crawford would probably be at his absolute best. He would have to be at his absolute best to win that fight.
And Jeff, just on the British scene, Amir Khan and Cal Brook apparently in talks. Be your thoughts on that?
I don't really know too much about England fighters, but I know Amir. You said Amir Khan?
Amir Khan, yeah.
Oh, he hasn't fought in 100 years, have he?
He's been a couple of years since he last fought.
Don't get me wrong. He's Amir's a great fighter, and Kell Brook too. I think it's an interesting fight, and I would like to watch it.
And just final one, because I know we're about to start. You mentioned Canelo earlier. His bout with Caleb Plant, the undisputed one at 168, seems to be edging ever closer now. Your thoughts? Is Caleb Plant the man to beat Canelo other than Floyd?
Canelo, I think Canelo's just the best fighter in the world right now. I think he's the absolute best fighter in the world right now. So I see it hard for anyone to beat him. I think Caleb will probably has the best chance to beat everybody.
Right, Jeff, we'll leave that there now because I know we're about to start. So I appreciate your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Stay safe and thank you.
All right, thank you.